Hello everybody, King here, welcome back to another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So I kind of wanted to do something a little bit out of the ordinary here. We are in the private server this time for this type of showcase that we're going to be doing. It's regarding our first hopeful episode of the character spotlight, where we are going to be showing clips or just doing some fights with this unit. In particular, who are we showcasing, what or how much is their damage output, etc, etc, etc. So we're gonna be looking at the new Dokkan Fest androids 17 and 18 from the Tournament of Power. We're basically gonna be, looking at this unit in very different perspectives. How the unit performs, how he's able to look, how much damage output they can do, how can they survive, in many difficult fights. All these scenarios that we can put this useful unit into, we are going to do our very best to see how well did they perform here. So if you guys like this type of showcase or this type of character spotlight, let me know in the comments below. Hit a like button, subscribe, do all those things. We are still pushing towards 700 subscribers, so if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and talk about this unit's details first and see how well did they look. So for now, let me go over to the JP site on the Dokkan wiki here. So they lead tournament participants or sibling spawn category key +3, all stats 170, with an additional or plus an additional HP, attack, and defense plus 30% for characters who also belong to the Redzone Universe 7 or join forces. I feel as though for this type of character, I feel like he would have done a little bit more better if he was giving that extra 30% to Universe Survival Saga instead of just reps of Universe 7, because it limits the character's potential to be explored on many more categories. One of the many things that I kind of wanted to look into was that this character was going to be hopefully good. He's like a better version of the Path to Power Kid Goku with his support and stuff like that, but considering the fact that he's just not providing a lot to multiple scenarios here and there, he's not cooking as much as we would have liked, so, but they are still consistently like pretty good so far. So I guess we can possibly try to test things out, see how this unit looks in terms of difficult content. So then we go over to their super attacks. They have two super attacks in here. The 12 key, the normal 12 key super, which is the Axel Dance, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to enemy. So a 50% raise in attack and defense is not bad, it's still pretty good. And then of course we also have the unit super attack, which is the Overdrive Power. This can be activated when there's an ally whose name includes Goku attacking in the same turn. And there's a super attack effect. Massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Causes immense damage to enemy and raises all allies' attack and defense by 35% for 2 turns, which is pretty good. So their passive, 17 and 19's Conviction. Activates the entrance animation once only and randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres for 4 turns from the start of the turn when there's another reps of Universe 7 category ally attacking at the start of the character's attacking turn. As you guys can see, we did manage to surround some of the units for reps of Universe 7, so we're going to be testing those things out. They get attack plus 170% and defense plus 180% at the start of the turn, plus an additional attack and defense plus 50%, and reduces damage received by 35% when performing a super attack. So they need to super first for their damage reduction to proc. They get an additional attack plus 50% and then a high chance of performing a critical hit with 7 or more key spheres obtained, which I don't think should be good. providing that. How many? Again, this is the private server. I haven't tinkled around with this, so it's just the one copy. And this is the build that they have. I wish they could have had a little bit more decent build. See, this is why I would like to like manage things on the private server. I don't know if I can, but this is not right. I wouldn't do this build. There's a lot of crit. I would have given them like a lot of dodge and stuff like that. So again, this is not my variation of how I would depict this unit. I would have given him a lot more dodge than, you know, crit and stuff like that, because they already have that chance of doing the crit on their passive. So I don't know why would the private server just do this. So they provide tournament participants category allies key +2 and attack plus 35%, and an additional key +1, attack plus 17%, and defense plus 18%. With 7 or more key spheres attained, which is a pretty substantial support. Plus an additional 59% attack when performing a super attack, and they're able to foresee enemy super attacks when there's an ally whose name includes Goku attacking in the same turn, which is pretty good. Their active skill is just not that great. This can be activated when HP is 78% or less, starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle. 8 times it can be activated though. If this was a unit that stacked defense, I feel as though it would have been helpful, because with the insane amount of defense that you can be able to, you know, get, the healing would have been substantial, because the effect of this is to change tech key spheres to int key spheres. So if that would have been effective, the healing would have been amazing. So what we can do, this character is also on a couple of categories. These are the links: Android Assault, Twin Terrors, Infinite Energy, Shocking Speed, Tournament of Power, the Incense, and Fierce Battle. And these are the categories. This is Tournament Participants, Sibling Spawn, Reps of Universe 7, Joint Forces, Universe Survival Saga, Androids, Worthy Rivals, and Superheroes. So we're gonna take them on with this team. We'll see how this team works out. I did bring UI Goku for the revive, in any case we do get it. Brought Kaioken Goku because I love Kaioken Goku. More instances for the 17s to get their scouter up as well. And then of course this 17 will be their best linking partner, because they will rock pretty well together. And I think they share all their links together. So let's go ahead and test things out with the private server and 17 and 18. All right, so before we get into the showcase, this is how we're going to start planning how to do these like character spotlight showcases. Shout outs to Halvard here, my boy, sharing the calcs. This is a guy who's basically doing all the calculations in the game of how, you know, how the new unit performs and stuff like that. So he brought us in here, like, you know, all the calculations with support, without support, with the 7 or more key spheres obtained, with 40% support, all the intricacies that we can do to really juice up this unit. So this is basically an overall overview of how the unit performs, how their stats and stuff like that. It's going to be a little bit longer than usual, a little bit of a longer video than usual, because what I want to do is to maximize their units' description, so people are informed. Is this going to be a good unit for you to summon on? Is this going to be a good unit to take on difficult events? Is this going to be a helpful unit to use on the various content in the game? And if he's going to be, like, if this unit is going to be helpful on the long run, basically, is he worth your stones or not? So yeah, shout out to Halvard here, providing us the amazing calculations for the unit. Of course, these are the stats gained from links alone. Remember, the best partner is 17, so we're going to be using them on the team as well. So yeah, there's a couple of options in here, so we're going to be showcasing how this unit performs. So shout outs to Halvard in regards to providing us a little bit of more insight of how this unit looks. So if you guys want to, make sure to pause this and you guys can see this on your own. We'll now go ahead and go into the showcase. Okay, so because we have a lot of like random events here on the private server, not all of it is gonna be like super critical. So we're gonna start with the Fusion Samasu stage here. I don't feel like this is going to go well for us, because it's gonna I don't know. This is what we're here to test out. But again, this is private server stuff, so maybe not the equipment or hidden potential choices are what I would want. I would want to put more dodge on this rather than just additionals and crits, make this a more defensive unit rather than offensive because of the kit that they are having. And their passive suggests for a more passive aggressive like approach on this unit. You know, just be more defensive rather than offensive. So let's go ahead and begin. I don't know how this is going to go. I feel like we're just about to die. I mean, we got a good starting rotation, I guess. Are the intros on? I do want to show the intro animations for these guys, so let's go ahead and show them. As you guys know, I'm an avid fan of 18, so we do be liking that. So, all right, this is a pretty good start. Of course, 17 just landed on the 7th slot. That's pretty bad. I don't know how well we are suited for on this run. Like I said, this is going to just be a primordial test of what's to come down here. We are getting supered on the first slot, so I might just put UI Goku in here. I don't know how UI Goku's built in here. This is gonna be disastrous. Please, no dodge. Oh no, that's awful. Just full offensive. Oh my god. I wish. Do we not have like a couple more? No, they don't. They just have the one. That is stupid. I might have to play around with the private server. This is my first time attempting this, so. Let's go ahead and see if we do get the dodge or not, but I highly doubt it. So the point of this unit, you know, they're in, I guess you would want to put them on slot 1, but they're not a slot 1 unit, they're not a slot 1 character. Remember, they need to super for them to get their damage reduction. So, yeah, they don't get dodge. Man, that sucks. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave Goku in here, UI Goku on the first slot. And we'll see how it goes, man. This sucks. I do want to get the 7 orbs with the android, so we're gonna go ahead and do that if we do survive by some sort of miracle. If we do survive, then we're good. Alright, so we're gonna provide all the orbs in there. And remember, since we're doing the unit super attack, we're providing the buff for the extra 2 turns. I might just use a Whis here, because we're just plain dead if UI Goku doesn't dodge. Let's just, I'll use a Whis. Let's see how this goes. This is bad. This has a bad starting rotation. Please dodge. UI Goku. Okay, that's good. 34k with the Whis. That's not bad. I'll take that. There are like max stats. I guess ECA stats. But I'm not gonna show that because it's not worth it. 152k before supering. That's not good. Alright, UI Goku be dodging, which is good. Okay, 6.83. This is them being very offensive. I don't know. We didn't see the links at the start of time. We should have seen that. But their links, they shouldn't have been like too active because they weren't gonna like link well with the Gokus. They, you know, we're missing stuff like Android Assault, Infinite Energy, Shocking Speed, Twin Terrors, those kinds of links. We might have gotten like Tournament of Power and Fierce Battle here active with these two, so. Alright, we do like the intro animations. Alright, so we got the Goku again on the rotation, which means they're going to attack on slot 2, okay. This Android 18 is pretty interesting. Because what does Android... I need to check what the free-to-play Android 18 does. So they are providing the key +1 and attack, defense +30%. And of course, this Android 18 gets a lot of buff per orbs collected, so which is going to be pretty good. but we'll see. How's their defense? So 339k defense right now. We have everything active except for Shocking Speed, the Innocence, and Fierce Battle. But if we do put them on the middle slot, we do get Fierce Battle right there. But I'm gonna have to leave them in here because, man, if Goku's not guarding, we're pretty much screwed. We do have the support from the 17 and 18, so they do carry over to here. All right, we're gonna collect all these orbs. Let's see how we look. Android's 18. I mean, 6 orbs. That's not bad. Remember, she gets attack plus 30% and 40% defense per key sphere obtained. Also, the 295. That's okay. With a Whis, we shouldn't die too much. The only thing is, though, she doesn't raise defense on her super. She only raises attack, which is pretty bad. She does guard all attacks if an ally whose name includes 17 is attacking the same turn. This unit counts as a 17 attacking the same turn, so. Alright, let's see how we're looking. Alright, we like the dodges, we like to see it. 6.63. Alright, pretty nice attacks then. Next turn, we're going to be looking at them with full links active. So what I'm gonna do, let's see if we survive or we dodge. Will we dodge? No. How much will this do? We do have a Whis active. Okay, double digits. We'll go into the next turn and see how well do they look with the 17 now in the rotation. This 18 though, she could be a pretty resourceful unit to bring up against this this event right here. Okay, Goku's guarding, which is good. But basically, like the team composition, you will have to go out of your way to make it, so that's not bad. I mean, we got the Whis active, we got the additional support because we collected all those orbs. Remember, we get 7 or more key spheres. The unit, let me see, because I switched the pages around. I'm not a good Dokkan tuber, I guess. 35% damage reduction, you know, this is after they super. They provide tournament participants category key +2 and attack and defense plus 35%, plus 35% when the unit does the unit super attack, and the extra stats if 7 or more key spheres are collected, which is a lot of humongous stats that these guys are getting. All right, so now we get them alongside together. We should have, okay, so we don't have the Innocence active, so we're getting 6 out of 7. No, Goku shouldn't have that. Let's see how we looking. So 382. 382. We don't have a lot of key collected in here. This is bad. Do I depend on UI Goku? We don't have a Whis active anymore, so that would be pretty bad on our end. How's the 17 build? You've built full dodge? No, of course not. Damn it. I hate this. No, the builds are not that crazy, man. I do not like it. All right, let's see how we do. Do I use another Whis? No, we do want to see how the character's performing. And they need to super attack first. At least we're getting the super attack after they super, so we get the extra damage reduction. Just that, man, this is awful. Awful rotation. Wish we could do this and depend on UI Goku's dodges. But I do want to keep 17 together with this unit. I don't want to float off 17. So, this is an instance where we might not get the 7 orbs collected. Remember, we do want the 7 key spheres so we can get the extra support for all the allies in here. Because if we don't, they're going to get smacked. But I guess, you know, the game is not leaving me any options, so we're just going to do this. We'll do this right here, and UI Goku could get this for the healing. Alright, let's see how they look. 200k. That's not good. At least we're gonna see them super. 6.36. This is not great. So we're gonna get the support here. We're gonna get the extra 35% damage reduction. Can we dodge? No 5 dodge. Okay, we're dead. Alrighty. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Double digits? Excuse me? But the AoE is gonna kill us, so. UI Goku dodge? Okay. We might be in business. If UI dodges here, we might be cooking. We might be cooking. I might have to use a Whis on the next turn, but not looking too bad. Additional super. There's a guaranteed crit. Let me know what you guys think about these sort of videos that we're gonna be doing. I did propose this on my Discord server. Link is in the description if you guys want to join. We actually survived. We do have the support, so we can pop Goku's active. that will be funny. So we'll do that if in any case we do get the kill. The problem is Goku hasn't built up at all. He hasn't received like much attacks. So but yeah, let me know if you guys enjoy these types of videos, these types of showcases that we're doing here. Of course, they're not like the super crazy types of builds that I would like, but it's a nice little showcase that we can get like what's ahead on JP. So let's go ahead and play the active skill right here and see how much damage we can put up. We almost killed. That would have been phenomenal because now we're actually dead. He gets the AoE at the beginning of things, but let me see. We get the extra support here with all these key spheres collected. I want to survive at least one more turn, so I'll use a Whis. We'll see what happens. I'll collect all of these if in any case we get a lot of more orbs with the 18. I shouldn't have loaded off the 18. All right. See how we do here. 72k with the Whis actives. It's fine. That was bound to happen. Let's go into another event and see how well do these guys perform. All right. So now we are up against Omega. This is gonna be very hard because we had the intros. I do like their intros. I know that a lot of people hated it for some reason. The OST could have been a little bit better, but I like it. I like it so far. It's pretty good. All right, so we are getting attack at the end there, which is pretty bad. I might have to float you off. So here's the perspective or the things that I've seen by using this Android 17 and 18. What they need, or what they needed, was a little bit more like defensive capabilities. Like I feel like if they would have gotten like 30% damage reduction before they attacked, it would have been a lot better. But considering now the fact that we couldn't get that during the previous turn when we were fighting Samasu, you guys saw that we got destroyed there. So I feel as though if we could have gotten, I want to use a Whis. I'm not sure. The build for these units are questionable. Let me see. I feel like you're just full offense. Yeah. Dang it. I'll use a Whis just to make sure, just to be alive, because I do want to see how they perform, and I just don't want to lose the first turn, you know. So let me see. So 5.15. This is without Fierce Battle, and I guess all of our links are. I think we only had like 4 links active. I do want to protect this 18, although she would be like pretty decent. I don't know if she would be decent on this fight. I mean, we're getting to lower the attack. which is not bad. And the guard is pretty helpful too. If they had a little bit more defensive capabilities before they supered, I feel like they would have looked much better. Like, you know, they do raise their attack and defense by 100% if there's a Goku on the rotation. But if there's not a Goku on the rotation, then we will look pretty bad. So it wouldn't be like a good idea. But I didn't want to interrupt Goku there. But if we did had an opportunity to, I'll drive 17 off rotation so we can get them linked up with the 17 and 18. If we had a little bit more defense prior for them to super, because they get the 35% damage reduction, but when performing a super attack. So it's after they supered is when they get that extra defense or that extra damage reduction. But if they get something beforehand, they would have looked much better. I feel as though. We're guarding, so we shouldn't be too bad here. Okay. Would this unit be like satisfactory for you? I don't know. It's just, you know, they would be useful to like try to revitalize a category like Reps of Universe 7 and stuff like that. Maybe up against Omega would like be pretty good. So we're hopeful to see how well do they look here. So now I'm not gonna use a Whis, and we're just gonna go in raw, dry. But we'll see how they look. I want to try to get as least amount of orbs as possible for 18 to survive. Because 18 might get slapped if we do get supered. We don't have the Scouter either because there's no Goku on the rotation. So this is pretty bad. 7, I feel like with 7 you should be okay, but I kind of wanted to keep these 7 to these guys. So I guess I'll give you the best world, the best of both worlds. I'll give you 5 orbs. And then I'm not gonna get the 7. That's fine. I'll take these. Let's see how we look. There's not a unit super attack, so we're not providing the extra support, which is pretty bad. Let's see how they take. Okay, 100 double digits. It's not bad. 18 is I'm worried. The 18, the free-to-play 18 is the one I'm worried about. He dodged that. Oh, it sucks. Okay, we didn't get super, which is fine. The android's 4.2 million. We didn't get the best of links here again because we don't have the MVP 17 on rotation. And I do want to get at least one Goku alongside the 17 and 18. I had to drive UI Goku off rotation. How we looking? Nah, Goku. It's our saving grace because this Kaioken Goku might take a lot of damage here. I mean, you did get more links active with the UI Goku in here. That's fine. I'll do this. All right. See, can we survive? We're not guarding. No super, please. Thank you. We'll see how we look. Also, let me know, because again, this is like a new series that I want to portray. So you guys let me know, how should these kind of like videos go? Should I cut here and just go straight to the next rotation where the unit that we're trying to do the spotlight for is on camera instead of like, you know, stalling for time and stuff like this? Do you guys want to like, do you guys want to see the stats or their kids on screen at all times before going into the showcase? There's a new type of series that I'm testing out, so I do want to get your type, your feedback, your constructive criticism, all that good stuff, so I can know and I'm aware that you guys would like to see this. You know, I did post it on my Discord that I did kind of wanted to do this type of new series, just showcasing the units firsthand. So no super, it's pretty rare. All right. So we're at 426 by MVP 17 here. So I might just do this. I'll float off the 18. just solely because of the fact that we need to keep these two together, like these two. We need to keep them together. Not a lot of orbs, of course. Like, they are changing for the first 4 turns. They are changing key spheres to rainbow key spheres, but it's only for 4 turns from the start of the turn, so we might have lost that. I'll collect all these orbs for 18, although the turn is over. I feel like it's GG. Let's see. Do we take a super? Okay, we're gonna get stunned, so the super will the turn will continue or sealed. Okay, that's not bad. And 17 with an 8.7 million attack stat, which is good. Next rotation, we have the 17 and 18 alongside the Gokus. STR Omega is gonna be scary. Let's see, the AoEs. Ooh, there are a lot of them. Okay, so 710k. We do get an AoE before? Yeah, that sucks. We do get an additional attack and defense plus 7% if we, because of tournament of power. But this is not a great rotation. I'll use a Whis. Here's why. I want to see more of them because we haven't seen a lot of them. So let's do this. We're going to get the damage reduction after we super here. There's a lot of healing. There we go. Okay. AoEs. They're not gonna hurt. Well, yeah. I was gonna say that they're not gonna hurt as much. Okay, Goku's fully built up. Good to know. It's when this guy super attacks is when they're going to start being pulled up. They're gonna start pumping up the high attack stats by Omega. So you guys saw we only have 2 links active: Tournament of Power and Fierce Battle. Oh, additional super. That's good. That's good. That's pretty good. We didn't collect the 7 orbs, so they're not providing us with a lot of buffs for all of these guys. We're gonna take the hit, double digits. Okay, we do have a Whis active. Remember that, but we did double super, which is good. 10 million. I love using Kaioken Goku. I know it's funny. He wouldn't like survive these attacks by Omega, but it's cool to just like use him. And Goku's guarding, so we know that we should be fine on this turn. We're gonna get UI Goku 17 and 18. I think we're getting the free-to-play 17 and the free-to-play 18 on rotation too. We're gonna get another AoE here. Another build-up for Kaioken Goku, which is good. There we go. Keep them coming. Keep those build-ups coming. Alright, so we got the active skill. Again, this is not going to help because look at all the... look at the key. Like, the tech key spheres are way in the back here, so they're not going to be too helpful. We do want to keep a Goku on the rotation too. That's fine. He's not supering this turn, which is weird. We do have to protect 7... man. Okay, let's see the animation. Although there are not going to be a lot of orbs changed.
俺たち永久エネルギー式人造人間の利点を生かすんだ。絶対疲れない。これってかなり有利だよな。そうだったね。ガンガン飛ばしていくよ。
Yep, all the orbs were changed in the back, so we won't be able to get them. God dang it. I wish it would have been more. Wish it would have been like changes all. Make it busted, man. Not tech. Maybe select another typing like tech and STR to INT. Something like that, you know? But oh no, he is supering. How well would they? I don't know if putting 17 is a good idea on the front there. I'm gonna do this just for the sake of the showcase. Maybe we can get the dodges by UI Goku here. I think this is gonna drop the way that I want them to. Okay, perfect. We get the 7 orbs, which is helpful for the support. There we go. And when they super, we're going to get extra support so we can defend against those AoEs at the middle. Alright. I'm scared because of 17. 17 might get blasted in the end there. Okay, good. UI Goku. Nice, nice. We'll have to see it. We should have... so we have everything active except for the Innocence. Remember, we don't have the Innocence active. How are they looking here? 7.76. It's not bad. If we do get the additional super attack, that would be pretty good too. No additional. Okay, that's fine. Remember, we do get the 35% damage reduction because of the super. Okay, how much will this do? No Whis active. Double digits. Okay. Do we have the Whis active? Am I remembering wrong? I think we might. Okay. Yeah, we do. We might have the Whis active because we're not taking a lot of damage here. So I would have expected 17 to take a lot of damage there. We get the super attack at the end there. Wow. So a lot of orbs. Let's see. I feel like this is the last turn. So let's see how much will 18 do here. 394. Remember, we're guarding as well because we got the 17 and 18 turn here. We'll do this. We're not getting the extra buff. And we'll do this. But we still have the buff because they did the unit super attack. So we are getting the extra 35% attack and defense for 2 turns. So this carries over to this turn too. 86k. Alright, Goku should be full. Goku's fully built up now. Hey, not bad. How much will Goku tank actually? This is scary. Alright, 6.3. We are getting the support here because of the unit super attack. So that's going to help out Blue Cow and Goku do a little bit of extra damage here. And defend himself a little bit well here. 12.4. I guess this is a pretty good help for Blue Cow and Goku. I guess if you guys like the reps of Universe 17 and stuff like that, this will be a pretty good video for you guys. This is pretty good. I like this. All right, how much we taking? This after this guy. No, he hasn't supered. So we are going to take the super attack at the end there. How much will this do? Are we just straight up dead? Ah, man. That's fine. That's okay. We've seen enough, I feel, for the 17 and 18 unit. But let me know what you guys think. You know, of course, I had to use the private server for this. I feel like this build is just questionable. I do not like how they are built. I feel like I would have put a lot more dodge. I just don't know if you can be able to change this on the version of the private server. I just don't know. So I just need to get a little bit more knowledge on this. But they look pretty solid. Of course, the Innocence, you're not going to get a lot active. Because I think it's, you know, with other units. This 18, no, because she will not fit on the category. But for me, I feel like they look pretty good. Would this be a unit for you to summon for? Is the question. I don't think so. They can get caught at the beginning of the phase if they don't super. Remember, they get their buff after they super attack, and they are providing buffs to the rest of the team after they super attack. So it's very consequential. If they are on slot 1, while, you know, you guys saw the AoEs, Masu and stuff like that, if they get attacked on the first slot, they might not defend themselves pretty well. So I wish they could have gotten a little bit more extra defense at the beginning of the phase, but unfortunate that they get that after they super attack. So this is basically like a slot 2 character. But since we have fights where AoEs are being introduced into the game, you know, we had the AoEs on Broly's super attack, and now they're being not mass produced, they're being driven now onto these hardcore events like the Fusion Zamasu Redzone stage, the Omega Shenron fight, all these types of fights, I feel as though this unit would just be designated as a slot 2 character, because of the lack of guard, they only get their damage reduction on after they super attack and stuff like that. So if there were a scenario where the attacks will come in on the second, after they attack, then you can put them on slot 1. But strategically, this is a slot 2 character for you to be able to provide the support, see the scouter with the Gokus on the rotation, be able to provide that extra support after they super attack and collecting all those orbs. I wish this would have been a lot helpful, because if they would have stacked defense on their super attack, then not only you get the extra defense, you get the healing because of just using all the orbs that you can collect from the active skill. That would have been a lot more helpful. But yeah, overall, this character, I would, if I were to give them a rating, they are okay. They're way past, I would say a little bit past mid, but they're not crazy good. They're not great. They're not stellar. They do get everything after they super attack, and you have to collect all those key spheres, 7 or more key spheres, in order for them to get the additional extra support to the allies. And then you got to make sure that there's a Goku on rotation in order for them to be able to provide the additional buff on their unit super attack. So they wouldn't be too crazy, but they would look pretty good. I guess rating 6.5 out of 10 or 7 out of 10, I would say, for this unit. I don't know. This a very consequential unit, again, released on a time where, they gotta defend themselves. This is not a great build, I would like to say. They would need to defend themselves, so they would need a little bit more on their passive. Guard, they would have added guard for 4 turns from the start of turn. That would have been fine. If they added that on their intro, that would have been okay, instead of just changing key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres for 4 turns. I would have added the guard, and that would have been good. They get the damage reduction after they super attack, so they need to be on slot 2 for them to super attack in order for them to not take a lot of damage on slot 1, because if you take a super attack on slot 1, you're dead. So it wouldn't be too helpful. And of course, the active skill is just plain silly, changing tech key spheres to int key spheres. I wish I could have given them a little bit more than that. I guess attack effective against all types, or gets a 20% damage reduction for 2 turns for all allies, including this unit. That would have been helpful, because they are considered a support type unit. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of the 17 and 18. I feel as though they look pretty good on this event, or on this video, but we can be able to do a little bit more with them. So, and also let me know what you guys think about the character showcase. I do have a lot of other suggestions that we can do, others that I can do on my actual account, because 17 and 18, I don't have them on my JP account, so the other ways that I could get them were on the private server. But I know that my boys over at the Discord, they send me a lot of comments letting me know of other units that they would like to see in the character spotlight showcase. So you guys let me know other units that you guys would like to see. Like, for example, this was a request by somebody named Shisui on our Discord server. So shout out to you, my boy. That said that he wanted to do a showcase on the new Android, so here we are. And I know that somebody else wanted TOR Bardock and stuff like that. Although Bardock for me is not rainbowed, I can use him at 69% or 79%. I think I haven't been able to get a dupe for him or something. But I know that other units were requested, and I can be able to do this on my actual device, because I may have them rainbowed, I may have them at a low percentage, just to showcase what they do. So, all right, without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe. Leave me your suggestions of who you would like to see down below. If you're not in the Discord server, let me know down below which character would you like to see on the character spotlight showcase. So let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Bye bye.